Hello and greetings, it's the Guardian's Peter Bradshaw here again to objective-splain the world of film, so hit the subscribe button and leave an exquisitely nuanced comment. Here is a film occupying a heart-sinking Venn diagram overlap between franchise exhaustion and AI soullessness, a film fatally unconvinced of the reason for its own existence. Superman! We'd all hoped that writer-director James Gunn, famously in charge of Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy movie series, might put some wind back beneath Superman's wings, or in his cape, or under his boots, or at any rate, somewhere near his costumed person.
Get out of here!
The Man of Steel needed a fresh start after his self-cancelling contest in Batman vs Superman Dawn of Justice in 2016 and getting muddled together with a lot of other utility superheroes in Justice League 2017, though I will admit to enjoying the pure hubristic craziness of the lengthy Zack Snyder cut of that movie when it finally saw the light of day. This, if it was to be a reboot, then really we needed to get back to basics and just remember why we liked superheroes in the first place. And I do. Remember why they were exciting and escapist and fun. We needed the clarity and simplicity of something like that initial origin myth of the infant Superman arriving here from his doomed planet, like Moses, destined to put heart back into an America hit by the Great Depression. Hokey though all that might be. Yet from the very beginning, this new Superman is encumbered by a pointless and cluttered new backstory, which has to be explained in many wearisome intertitles flashed up on screen before anything happens at all. Superman, played with square-faced vanilla dullness by David Corenswet, has recently taken it upon himself to intervene in a war between two fancifully named fictional nation-states. Why that war in particular and none of the many others presumably happening all over the globe, you ask? Well, perhaps because these countries are so palpably made up and without inconvenient political associations and implications. The evil aggressor Boravia, conceivably like Putin's Russia but not really, has invaded the nice people of Jahanpur, possibly resembling Zelensky's Ukraine, but not so as you'd notice, and Superman himself flew in to help the Jahanpurians out, stalling the Boravian advance, but at personal cost to himself. He had his superhero ass mortifyingly kicked by some sort of meta-human being, occasioning another of his very uninteresting crises of confidence, his opponent being ostensibly from Boravia, but possibly under the control of the wicked Lex Luthor, played by Nicholas Hoult, who insultingly affects not to know what planet Superman comes from and has perhaps contrived the whole Boravia-Jahanpur contest to undermine his arch-enemy. Meanwhile, in his civilian persona of Daily Planet reporter Clark Kent, Superman finds himself in serious relationship difficulties with fellow journalist Lois Lane, in which role Rachel Brosnahan channels Courtney Cox's Monica Geller from TV's Friends with such eerie precision it's difficult to believe it's not deliberate. Yet whatever machinations Lex Luthor gets up to, the ironic truth is that what undermines Superman in the eyes of the whole world is not, in fact, anything Luthor plans, but a belated revelation about what Superman's parents, Jor-El, played by Bradley Cooper, and Lara Lovan, played by Angela Sarafian, really intended for Superman on Earth, which leads to his facing a terrible crisis, exploited by the loathsome Luthor. Skylar Gisondo tries his best with the role of junior reporter Jimmy Olsen. That formidable actor Wendell Pierce is underused, or in fact simply not used, as Planet editor Perry White, and as Green Lantern, head of the subordinate semi-comic Justice Gang, Nathan Fillion does raise some smiles. But what is the point of a film so stymied in its digitally encoded and generically prescribed world that it can't even go through the motions, as that would imply some level of activity and signs of life? How many more superhero films in general, and Superman films in particular, do we need to see that all end with the same spectacular faux apocalypse in the big city with CGI skyscrapers collapsing? They were fun at first, but the thrill is gone. So that's it. Please give this vlog a like and a share on your socials. Please subscribe and leave a comment. And please, if you care about culture and decent values, and I have to assume that you do, please, oh please, buy my book, The Body in the Mobile Library and Other Stories. Details given below. See you next time.